Hello, we're talking about courgettes today. The courgette we're talking about is a courgette called Astia. It's an F1 and I'm only growing 2 of them. I'm growing 1 in a bucket and 1 in a bag. Just let me get this cup of tea, I'll be with you in a minute. Yeah, we're growing 1 in a bucket and 1 in a bag. And there's something happening that I don't fully understand, and you might be able to help me with this. Right, come in now. Okay, let me just have a quick drink of this. Okay, so I think it's probably fair to say that we all know that a courgette produces male and female flowers. If you didn't know that, you do now. The male flower comes on the stalk. The female flower comes on the end of a baby courgette, baby zucchini, if you want to use that term. Courgette, zucchini, same thing. We have a male flower and a female flower. Now my understanding is that the male flower fertilises the female flower. Wind blown, insects, doesn't matter, as long as the pollen from the male goes onto the female flower. Female flower's pollinated and the baby courgette becomes an adult courgette. It gets bigger. The flower's being pollinated. But I'm going to take you out into courgette corner shortly. We're going to, provided the weather holds up, we're going out into courgette corner. But what I've got here is, I've got plants that now have small courgettes on them. And I've got female flowers that have opened and fallen off. And that's usually an indication that they've been pollinated. But the plants have got lots and lots of male flowers on them. And none of those male flowers have opened up yet. So if the flowers haven't opened up yet, how are the females getting pollinated? Have they been pollinated? Do they need to be pollinated? Doesn't look like that. Courgettes are starting to swell. They're starting to grow. Male flowers are still closed. There's none opened up. Just the females. What should I be doing with these male flowers? Now, don't tell me take them off, deep fry them and eat them, because I am not deep frying and eating male flowers from courgettes. I just ain't. So don't tell me to do that. Well, you can if you want. Just like don't tell me to eat the leaves off carrots, because I ain't doing that. Well, you can tell me to do that if you want as well. Okay, let's go out and have a look at these courgettes. Get a closer look at this. I'll show you what I've got. And then maybe you can come back with some advice, because I just don't know what to do. If anything, I don't need to do anything. I may just need to let them grow on as they are. Just keep watering them. And take the courgettes as they come. Record the number of courgettes I'm taking from the bucket, from the bag, because this is part of my which is best grow vegetables in buckets or bags trial. And then at the end of the season, we'll have so many courgettes from the bucket, hopefully, so many courgettes from the bag, hopefully, and we can make an informed judgment, can't we, if one's better than the other. Anyway, how's it going apart from that? How's your garden going? Are you doing okay? Are things growing okay? We've just had a warm spell, and it's quite damp now, and it's noticeable. The plants have just sparked into life, they really have. They really have sparked into life now, particularly the ones I've got outdoors in buckets and bags and in the raised bed. Yeah, everything's really kicking on now here at Homegrown Veg in the United Kingdom. I think we term this growing weather. It's warm and it's moist, or it's wet. Hey, that's enough of this, come on. I can always finish this after I've shot this video. I don't mind a cold cup of tea. I've had loads of them in my lifetime. Come on, let's go and have a look at these courgettes. This is Courgette Corner. It's a bit cool today out here and it looks as though it's going to start to rain any minute. So I think what we'll do is we'll take these 2 courgette plants into the greenhouse and have a closer look at them in there. It'll get us out of the wind, and if it does start to rain, well, we can carry on anyway, can't we? And then I can always put these back. They're only in these 10-inch water buckets and small fabric bags, so they're quite portable. Okay, let's do that. This is my courgette growing in a bucket. I'll just point the courgettes out to you. There's one there, there's one there, and there's one there. Can you see that one? So we've got 3 courgettes. That's the remains of the flower on the end of that courgette. And these are the 2 flowers that fell off the other 2 courgettes. So we've had 3 females, flowers have dropped off, and they're producing a courgette. Now then, let me point out the males on this plant, if I can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are at least a dozen males on this plant, but none of them have opened. The flowers haven't opened out yet. And so this is the question. Have these female flowers been pollinated? How does that work? None of the males are open, and I only have the 2 plants, and I'm going to bring the second plant up onto this bench shortly to show you that one, to show that there's no pollination between the 2 plants, because on both plants the females are way ahead of the males and the males haven't opened out. So have these plants been pollinated or not? I would have thought it impossible. The male flowers aren't open. And that begs a question. Do I need these male flowers? Should I leave them on or take them off? If the courgettes are going to be produced without the assistance of male flowers, why leave them on the plant? Should I be taking them off? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question, and that's why I'm asking. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the courgette in that's growing in the bag, let you have a look at that one. But before I do that, you may have noticed these pebbles. I like to put pebbles in my containers, and the reason I do that is when the wind catches these plants, it tends to want to spin them and twist them and bend them, and before you know where you're at, it's broke the plant off. And what I've found is, if I put pebbles around the base of the plant, the leaf stems get wedged between the pebbles and stop it spinning, stop it moving, give it more stability. That's all they're in there for, to make this plant more stable, to make it more able to stand up to any wind that's wanting to break it. Hey, but how about that? 3 females, a dozen males. The 3 females are producing courgettes. Males haven't even opened up yet. That's got me beat. It's got me beat. I mean, I need some advice, I really do. What do I do with these males? Do we just leave them? Do we take them off? Right, let's have a look at the bag. This is the courgette growing in the bag. Lovely yellow female flower here. There's the courgette behind the flower. And if I do a quick count up on here for you, there's 1, 2, 3 courgettes that I can see, so there are 3 females. And males, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 males. So there are a lot more males than there are females, but they don't appear to be doing anything. Do we leave them on? Take them off? I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, as you know, this is part of my grow vegetables in buckets and bags trial. You've seen the courgette growing in the bucket. It looks as though it's further on than the courgette growing in the bag. But it's early days yet, and what I intend to do, as each of these plants produce a courgette, when I take that courgette indoors, I'll pop a pebble into one of those empty yogurt cartons and I'll keep it with the bag or with the bucket, and then at the end of the season we'll do a count up. We'll see which plant produced the most courgettes, the bucket or the bag, and then we might be able to make an informed decision as to which we think's best, growing in buckets or growing in bags. Okay, so let me know what I should be doing with these male flowers, if anything, and we'll see how these go. This is Homegrown Veg signing out.